guys, welcome to the stream. Be doing some more Sengoku Dynasty tonight. Probably not going to go quite as late as I went last night. That was a really long run. but yeah, gonna get in and see if I can make some significant progress in the game this evening. Opened up a lot of new stuff last night, and just need to go over and take out one warlord, and I'll take over another province. So, moving along nicely. That's what I would look like if I was Asian. I'd like to point that out. They know me so well. So let's find them a place in the village. Know if I have room for them anywhere. Keep picking up more refugees, and I have nowhere to put them. So I still need to figure out where I need to make the pot for the tavern, I think it was. Collect up some more boards here and finish up this house so I can get that person living there, and then go back and finish working on the tavern, see what I can figure out with that. I'll look into making a tea house or something. Better liquid refreshment going. They're always trying to get me when I'm just out here chopping down trees, minding my own business. Get it? Down trees needs to be this easy in real life. Fox running off in the distance there. I wish you could get some of them that would come and hang out in your town just for like aesthetics or something like that. I think it seems to ever want to hang out in my town as a bear. Not real friendly. Another fox. Densely populated up here. I didn't know there were that many foxes in this area. Need to get a one of the tailoring shops going as well, so I can see what all I can make with leathers and whatnot. don't. Seven meat out of one boar isn't too bad. I still have another upgrade to get for skinning as well, which should increase that slightly more. I don't know how much it increases it by. It doesn't say, fortunately. My cat randomly decided to scratch in the floor. Like that boar corpse was still making some noise. Weird. I still find it amusing that you can catch a rabbit, but you can't catch a deer. See if I actually have enough boards here to finish this, or if I'll have to go back out and get some more. Grief, like 1,000 and some odd sticks in there. No idea I'd been carrying that much. Assuming that the upgraded beds is a level of luxury that people will end up wanting soon, so not really that much more expensive than the regular ones, at least for that level. So I'm just kind of installing them in all the places for the time being, and then we'll have to upgrade them later. Not a big fan of their upgrade system though. If you I don't know if they fixed it after one of the patches, but previously if you changed out a bed from, you know, like a lower version to a higher version, it just kind of changes it instantly, but it unassociates the person with the bed, so then they become homeless again and you have to go back and reassign them, which is kind of strange. Actually, they're kind of crazy since they made the patch how quickly you find people. Like, I really feel like they kind of need to slow this down some. It was a little slow originally, but now it's like really fast. I am capped on population until I can bump the dynasty level again, at least, so don't have to worry about that for the time being. You need to figure out something about good situation though. Looks like I have somebody that is without a tool. Oh, miner's workplace. Weird, I had an extra axe in. And there's a ton of axes in there. Okay, so I need to cut back on axe creation and start making more picks. Huh. Let's see. Any buckets filling up? Well, I should get that out real quick. Always pick the wrong one. There we go. Let that set for a little while. Like I said, I think I've got the building here, but I'm missing a cooking pot. I have yet to find a way to make one. I liberated another section last night, yeah. So we have Central Plains region, and we'll get the ability to make a bunch of new stuff once I take out this warlord up here, I believe, that I'm missing. Yeah. And actually, it's hilarious. I was over here last night. I wasn't paying attention. I was finding the wrong warlord. Wow, that place was so difficult. I'm supposed to be up here. Okay, well, looks like did a quick search on it to figure out what was going on with that cooking pot, and it looks like that's something you actually can't make until significantly later. You gotta be like Dynasty 14 or something like that to get access to it, so it's maybe a building that's just hanging out for the time being. Bad information was bad. All this crap out of my image. It's kind of weird that you can actually make that thing, but you can't make the cooking pot to go in it. Seem to have a slightly interesting concept on the order in which to release things to you. You can apparently find cooking pots randomly throughout the world, but I have not found one yet. Oh yeah, we're doing fairly well on. Eat an uncooked egg. That's probably not very sanitary. Built this bridge over here, and for whatever reason this vendor is just like eternally stuck on it. But every single time I come over here, it's chilling out here, staring longingly at my city, never able to actually get there. Get out of the way, dude. Go back and create one more. This one's almost gone. Might as well just get rid of it. A few lights around this city. Yeah. Dismal looking at night. Reminds me to change the axes around on the working shops. Down an axe, up a pick. Wait, that was only one axe. Yeah, that to go up one pick at least. Oh wait, no, I needed the weapon. That's why the weapons have been running out. That's because I've been creating any. Guess this one was the other one. No, have another working bench somewhere. Okay. Oh, doesn't have a workers. Doesn't matter. Getting daylight relatively soon. It randomly got brighter as soon as I switched over the zone area here. It's pretty. Why is it this guy has a cooking pot? That's what I need right there. Can't even jack his. Probably get a sword re-equipped here so I don't get into combat and not have a weapon equipped. Be kind of dumb. Bunch of random bushes down there, like cows or something for a minute. Like, that's really weird. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. Is that one of the things I created, or is that just there? It's just been there. Yeah, it's the way into the camp. Okay. Full of banditos. I love how he can go into a heavy swing while I'm slicing him to death with a sword. I find it slightly annoying that, like, essentially every single NPC always has, like, a broke-ass weapon. Stamina for the lose. The other corpse go. Oh, there it is. Weird. Hiding under the tree. Still find it amusing how most of these games, they just like you can get into combat really close to enemies, and like the people are screaming for getting stabbed and everything, and everybody else is just standing around like, I don't know what that was. Like it's like every video game these days. Nice to be able to take some of these tools back and give them to the people in the village and be like, here, I found these weapons on the side of the road. No peons were killed making of this weapon. Assassinated that guy. No chance. Oh, going into a cave. I was wondering where. I was like, there was nothing on top of this hill. I was like, where the hell is the rest of the enemies at? place is thick with some bandits. How about targeting the one that I'm targeting? Oh wow. All kinds of those pearls. I will take them. We're gonna run out of space. That's right, I have that warrior level to spin. This one here. Craftsman level. Yeah, some more poise damage. Start seeing some of these guys stunned. But you gotta come up the ramp there. Alright, some big loot up here. Tons of dead people. Definitely want that bronze pickaxe though. Durability on these weapons just don't last long enough. It should not take 2 swords to go through one of these places. Oh, there's the leader. I'll be over in a minute, one way or the other. There we go. And there's a new region. I've opened up some new crafting things too. Nice. Normally they have a very large loot chest when you kill one of those guys, but this one seemed to do that. It's down this other hallway. Ah, bitch. Getting kind of wily on me there. What's up with that? Sometimes these things just decide to jackrabbit around and you can't fucking hit them anymore. I guess this was the big loot here, but it really wasn't that impressive. Drop one of these and pick that up. Probably have higher durability coming out of a box. That's it for there. Is there actually iron on the ground back in here? That 10. It's probably 10. Yeah. Not that worried about it. Alright, well, there's one banditless camp. Well, we're actually kind of moving pretty deep into the place here. About a quarter, a little more than a quarter of the territory is taken over now. And I should be able to get access to iron, which will give me better weapons, which means taking out the thug camp over here will not be anywhere near as difficult to do. I just need to construct the iron ore processing station and pick that place out, and it's done. The bridge and take out the outlaws. This is just a bridge, and that'll be taken over. That one's got a few things to do. Bridge and outlaws. A few things to do there and there. Cats are being dumb. Wait, there's a vendor out here? Trader stuck on a bridge or something? Yeah, got a little bit of food, healing compress. Water here, and it's like super. Exactly how much money they had. Oh, up to 5,000 yen now. It's not too bad. Moving right along. Bandit camp here. What loot did they have? Nothing. I don't know. Maybe we'll grab drinks and take them back. See if people do that instead. So used to picking up stones when I'm running by, being full inventory, not being able to pick any up is weird. Oh man, there's a bunch of mushrooms. I need to drop something back. Constantly running out of that stuff. Stone air. $45 mushrooms from one little patch there. Okay. Should help supply the herbalist for a little bit. 30 seconds or so. Kind of feel like 3 mushrooms per healing craft for the lowest end healing item is a little much. Go away once I get here. Oh, that'd have been a nice addition. Ah. Alright, dumped a bunch of weapons in there. Knives. That'll take care of some of the work around here for a little bit. Rope. Mosquito repellent. Permanently. See if these things actually affect the water at all. So 932, what we're at. Both of those and some sake. Now we are at 1148. So yeah, that helped a little bit. Not great. Terrible. It is. Increase worker capacity once more. It's the last rank of that. Alright. See about finding a home for a tea house. They're right here. Middle of town, right? Hey, look at that. Make a better bed now. 40 straw now. Have to start mass producing some straw pretty soon. Get to the point where I need it all the time now. Also got access to the paper maker. Really weird looking building. But hey, whatever. Oh look, it needs a cooking pot as well. Okay, we're just gonna leave that there for now. That is outside of my capabilities currently. Well, we did get pumped up here, but I don't actually want to. I'll take maybe one more person in the village, but if I take two more, I have to start dealing with luxury, and I don't want to deal with that right now. So security is still good. I'm not producing enough for heating, but I have enough excess. It should be fine. Get something better worked out with the meals. Need health to a little bit there as well. Yeah, I just don't know what to make for this. Statues. Ritual gongs. Oh, it's at the smithy, that's why. Okay. Basically, I just gotta start making a bunch of stone into statues. I shouldn't have to do too much. I only need 400 worth, so it's not terrible. Great, but terrible. Okay, the water is done. Go ahead and dump this off, and that should help take care of the water for a while. I'm gonna end up having to do another well until I can get high enough to make the pots that I need to. But now that I can actually make a bronze pick, or at least I should be able to. Crafting tables, or do I need to do that in the... Yeah, I can't. Yeah, imagine that, I need grass. Let's go dump this other stuff off in the food section. See what our mushroom count looks like. Hello. Boom, instantly used all those mushrooms. Instantly used the meat. Mouse is getting a little gunked up or something at the moment. Move well. If those prayer beads count for anything there. Alright, so at 634, I'll send the prayer beads. They count, but not for much. 69 to candles, dude. Not for that. Pick now. Oh, I was the wrong one originally. Alright, got my bronze pick. Now I can head over to Iwasaki and collect up some iron and hopefully get back over here and smelt it. About halfway to that 10k yen for the achievement, which is nice. Sorry, I stepped away to make some tea real quick. Okay, now to find some iron. Be laying around on the ground here somewhere. Over here with a comma and collect up all this wheat and a bunch of grass. Oh, we'll come over here and see if we can't make up like a new sword or get enough to make a new sword with or something like that. Villagers are done. Go any more that way, or I'll go into the other province, which doesn't have iron in it. There we go. Reminds me, didn't I have some other levels to spend for something? Ah, yes. More resources from mining. Sources from mining is a good plan. Got 2 blocks here. I'm starting to run out of things that I really want to get, to be honest. A few things here and there that would be nice, but haven't honestly felt the need to upgrade like health or anything like that, because I mean honestly most of the stuff you're fighting, as long as you're properly geared for the point that you're going into it, it's not really very difficult. Completed another quest there. I didn't even know I was completing. Something about harvesting resources in this game just doesn't feel really natural. I don't know what the deal is with it, but it just has a weird feeling. Doesn't always want to aim properly or something, I don't know. I'm actually gonna have a pretty decent amount of iron out of this. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of difference in the amount of ore that you're getting from medium versus small. And I guess it about doubles the ore amount, but it's not a lot. Mining is tiresome work. Especially when you can't hit the freaking ore that's right in front of your face. There you go. Alright, where was this quest turn in? Back in town. Or if he's gonna take this 15 iron that I got, or if he just wanted to see that I got it. Huh. Build a furnace. I don't have time for that. Does he think I am? Alright, should be done here. I didn't know you could actually go to the onsen. Never hurts to take a bath, right? One day remaining on season change. Well, spiritual and health are both going to go negative on the next day if I don't do something to fix that. Unemployed workers that I could probably put to work doing something. Probably need to look into liberating another area. This give me large mansion, roofed wall. I don't really care too much about that. Gives access to clay though, which I don't know if I have anywhere else. Yeah. Harvest clay at that point. I really want to get this place, but I've got to finish that iron ore processing station first. Which, I guess I could try to get over there and see what all I need to do to get that taken care of. Let's see. Built a smithy back here. Make iron swords yet or not? Can't make swords at all in that. Eastern swamps is what I need. That. There's actually a place called Eastern Coastal Swamp. Oh, there it is. This place wants a bridge. Bridge shouldn't be too difficult to get, so guess I could go and hit that place up. And though this is going to be a much harder place to take out too. Huh. Wonder if I potentially just need some more armor. Guess if I did this other dude's quest, he would give me the armor for it. But honestly, with 10 unemployed workers, I probably should try to start getting some of that stuff done while I can. Reminds me of a job situation too. I really hate how it won't anything at all about filling up the rest of this usage, even if you're only making one thing, it won't fill it up. Improve their worker rate. I can understand it if you're doing multiple things and it doesn't know what to fill, but that to make sure getting everything done. For buckets, one whole extra bucket. Amazing. A bit more meat out of that, get some more security going on here. I'll make some people a little happier. Have any cooked? Run out of eggs. Mushrooms. Down 160 there, which is good. Working the smithy currently. little bit more water out of the well. Repair stuff. Alright, the last time I should have to do all this stuff anyways. There's no more upgrades for worker performance, so... That's fine. Smelted. Tower special project, what? Oh, the hell of a watchtower there. Alright. That should take care of the security issues. Yeah, a little bit. Probably can drop one of the guard towers and put that worker to work elsewhere. Alright. Port back over and see if get at least one of these events going before the season ends. My bad. Not who I... Wow, that shit's expensive. $32 for a salad? Highway robbery. A couple of these places I should be able to liberate fairly quickly. Alright, what kind of work are we looking for this year? 6 workers. Stone path unlocked, that's nice. Basically have one game day in order to be able to get this set up and ready to go. Where the season is going to end, and then this will all be for nothing. Interesting part, we'll be trying to find some bamboo quickly. Bamboo and stone, so I'm close to. Pick up the stone, right? Base the bronze pick. Get a few of these, make sure I have enough extra stone to be able to build some tools with if I break the axe or whatever. After, just need to find the bamboo. Or not bamboo. Oh wait, there. That. There's a whole forest of it here. Five of it. One more, just in case I need bamboo for the finished product as well. Should be enough either way. Right. Oh my god, is that bronze? Jesus, okay. Hope this one's gonna get finished in time or not. Might have 40 bronze ready to go back at base. This game really needs an indicator for how close you are to filling your inventory. Space, then that means I'm full. All right, we're gonna take a small break right here, and hey, what's going on, Warframe? Take a small commercial break here, real quick. Oh, yeah, I mean, I've watched all of the videos that he's been doing on the Twitch ad issue and stuff like that. I mean, personally, I think it's just like a, I think it's just a way for him to generate more money, to be honest. They're definitely having a little bit of a problem, but the majority of the people involved, I mean, that are having issues with ad revenue, they're not people, I mean, they're people that would have been having their ads revoked because of the content that they were doing anyways. I don't think that it's really, yeah, yeah, I mean, that's fairly standard. The biggest difference is people don't really get into watching full-length videos of people playing games on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is a much better system for making money on, you know, if that's what your ultimate goal is. But there you have to, you know, put serious time into video editing, and it's a lot more like a job and a lot less like, you know, playing a game and having a good time with it. People aren't getting on there and watching your streams. I mean, on Twitch, I have, you know, 100+ people that come and watch, either will act, you know, like will watch the stream at some point or come in after the stream is over and watch some of it. I have less than 5 people that have watched any streams on YouTube. And I mean, I've been doing both of them equally as long, but I mean, most people don't want to watch you do gaming when you are not actively on there, because they want to get in and be part of the conversation or try to learn something while they're, you know, spending some time, or they'll ask some questions or things like that. But, you know, it's definitely not the same kind of work that you are doing when you're, it's not the same kind of work that you're doing when you're, you know, when you're streaming versus being on YouTube. YouTube, you have to put a whole lot more work in, and it may or may not go anywhere. So yeah, I mean, he's right. If you do well, if your content picks up and people really like it, then yeah, you can make a whole lot more money on YouTube at the end of the day. But it's also a whole lot more work. And I mean, it's all about what he's talking about. I mean, they have AI that it's basically combing your content all the time. All he had to do was say the wrong word a handful of times and he's yanked, whether that's what his stream is all about or not. And that's one of the issues that you really get into when dealing with this kind of stuff. You have to be really careful about what it is you're talking about in your stream. Like even if your stream is all about gaming and you do nothing but talk about gaming 99% of the time you're doing it, the one time that you screw up and say something that's against what the people that are determining what where they want their ads being shown, you get yanked. That's just how it is. So I mean, I'm sure somewhere there's been some content, something that regarding the elections or the wars that are going on, or anti-Semitism or something. He's that he's somewhere, somehow he's done something to make advertisers unhappy with the content he's doing. So I mean, it's pretty cutthroat on the stuff. And I mean, that's the thing about when you're paying money to have your stuff out there, if you don't want it being associated with a certain thing, especially with how touchy all this stuff is right now. I mean, these advertisers are just coming in and saying, hey, if this stuff happens, then I do not want my ads being shown on this whatsoever. So you say one wrong thing and the AI filters catch it, or whatever they're using to do it. I don't know if it's actually AI or not, but whatever it is that they're going through and sniffing everyone's stuff for, if it comes up, you're done. I mean, I got dinged for copyright infringement for music for something that wasn't even copyrighted music, and I had to go through the trial. I had to go through the process of messaging into them and saying, hey, you guys dinged me for a DMC issue, and I'm using completely free music that is designed specifically to run on this content. And they were like, oh, our bad, and fixed it. So I mean, he may not have just put in the time to do something about it. It may be a ploy that that some of these guys are doing just to generate money. I always find it how funny somebody like Asmongold is always talking about these big companies that are just all about making money, and that's all they care about. It's like, dude, you make millions of dollars sitting around and running your mouth. It's like, I think he's all about money too. So but yeah, I don't know as far as that stuff goes. But I mean, that's been from all of the different people that I've gone through and watching, and looking at my own ad revenue. I mean, the ad revenue that I get is very tiny. I mean, we're talking like less than $10 a month that I make on ad revenue. It's a very, very tiny amount, but it hasn't changed even by 1 penny. So I mean, if these guys are getting cut by like 90%, I would see that too. I would just go from $2 of ad revenue down to 20 cents. So the fact that that I have had absolutely zero change in any kind of revenue that I'm making leads me to believe that these guys are doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, and they just didn't realize they did it, or they didn't realize how kind of cutthroat these companies are being about saying, hey, if you do this, we're done with you. Like, even if you just say something one time, we're done. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it, but I haven't seen any issues of it. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I'm such small potatoes at this point. Like, it wouldn't even really affect me, even if they did cut ad revenue by 90%. So I don't think it's going to end up being that big of a deal. These companies are pretty fickle. They all went against Twitter just recently, and completely boycotted them a few months back. It may have even been early, or like really late last year when they did it. But now that they're all mad at Twitch, now they're all going back to X. So I mean, it is what it is. And eventually someone somewhere will piss them off, and then they'll all come back to Twitch again. I don't know. you know, they may not even stay away from here that long. But I mean, it's one of those things that it's kind of annoying that the ad companies are leaving because of something that specific people are doing on Twitch. I mean, even if it's like Twitch leadership, you know, it's like, keep giving your ad revenue to the people that are doing things properly, and just say, hey, you can't put my ads on anything that has to do with any of this other stuff, you know, and kind of go that way with it. But I mean, I've definitely agreed for, you know, like even just being a fledgling streamer, YouTube is 100% the way to go, you know, with streaming. Whether you're doing it multi-platform or single, you know, YouTube should be part of what you're doing, and you should be spending time trying to make videos and things like that and getting them posted up. But it's one of those things that for the average streamer, you know, somebody that just gets on and kind of goofs off with games and stuff like that and doesn't do anything, they don't understand anything about internet, they don't understand anything about marketing, or, you know, basically curb appeal for you know, for videos or anything like that. I mean, it's not easy to get in and, you know, and edit a video. I've been working with it a lot, and I actually have someone that does video editing specifically for movies that is going through and giving me step-by-step help on how I need to go through and edit, and, you know, how to be able to separate video from sound and then get stuff to line back up later on, you know, and using all the software and everything you have to know about it. It's not an easy process to get into, and if you don't have somebody doing that with you, the average person either just is going to get overwhelmed by it and not do it, or they're going to feel like it's just too much work and like, oh, I'll make it big on Twitch, where you don't have to do that kind of thing. So, I mean, the average person that's streaming is just going to come back and set on Twitch and stream, and, you know, that's kind of all there's going to be to it. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely concerning, but I mean, at the same time, I'm looking to try to grow the YouTube side of what I'm doing here as well. But it's a much different beast over there. I mean, you have to understand all kinds of things. You have to understand how to word. You know, you've got to have catchphrases on all of your videos. I mean, just like his video, I know the one that you just watched. It was 1 hour and 27 minutes long, I think. And you know, it's one of those things where when you read the thumbnail for it, you're like, oh man, what the fuck's going on? And then you get over there and it's just like, oh, this is just more of the same shit that's been going on for like the past 3 weeks. It's nothing new. You're like, we've known all of this for quite some time. We knew this shit was going to go sideways, but that's his catchphrase to get you over there and get you watching the video. And, you know, and then even the way that, you know, these guys are making the thumbnails and stuff and using the faces and all the stuff that they put on them. I mean, every single bit of that is calculated. There are many YouTube channels that you can go to that try to explain to you all of the different methods for how to make a thumbnail, you know, different, you know, specific types of colors to use, specific types of things to put on it, you know, how to kind of like market your thumbnails. I mean, it's a science. It's not something you just jump into and do it and get good at it. So it's a whole lot of work. Yeah. So look into those videos sometimes. There's a guy that does videos. His video name is or the YouTube channel is Stream Scheme, but he basically has been doing streaming on YouTube for years, and all he does is teach people how to do better at streaming. You know, how to properly make videos, how to properly make thumbnails, how to, you know, get better at public speaking if you're afraid of that kind of stuff, how to set up all your software, like everything you need to do, this dude just talks about constantly. So it's definitely a science. It's not something that you just kind of stumble into and, you know, and everything works out great. I mean, these guys have kind of perfected this stuff, and people that come and watch it, you know, when they started, it wasn't a science and they figured it out, but now that they've got it all figured out, that's the kind of stuff people are going for, and they're not interested with, you know, a lot of the stuff that the newer people are doing. You know, like if your stuff doesn't look fairly top notch, they're not really all that interested in watching it. So it's interesting, but there was a guy that has been doing YouTube videos just recently that I guess he got on Asmongold's channel when he was live, and talked it up and messaged him or something like that, and got him to go check it out. But anyways, Asmongold did a reacts video about this guy's video, and it was his very first video, at least on this particular account. Going and watching the way that the guy did the video, I don't believe for a minute that this is the first time he has ever done this stuff. I think it's just he's got a new channel, and and that's what he's marketing it at, is like, oh, this is the first video, but it's actually the first video for that channel. But I mean, he went from like 300 something subs up to like 10,000 or something in a day because Asmongold went and watched this video. So I mean, like, those are the kinds of things you do when you want to make your stuff big, but it's got to be good first, or people like Asmongold aren't going to go watch it. But I need to get some ads rolling here so people can get in without having to watch ads when they join the channel. So I'll be back in 2 to 3 minutes. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry about that time away there. I've got less than an in-game day to get this thing filled. It's kind of a little bit of a, I guess you could say it's a little bit of a cheating method for this stuff, but any of these special projects that you work on, they're completed by season change. So you can go through and do all the work and fill the thing, and then just divert the workers into the building immediately before season change, and then boom, it just completes it. So, like, I don't think that's really what the developers had in mind when they wanted this to take a whole season to work, you know, to be completed. If they kind of wanted the workers to be in there the whole time, but they failed to put the right checks and balances in to ensure that that was happening. Run out of a little space here. It's funny, if you play any game long enough, I think you'll, you know, kind of get to the point where you develop issues with it. I feel like the slight movement in this game has a little bit of jank to it. So if you're just trying to like take a tiny step forward, it's a little weird on how it works, and the animations and stuff for trying to harvest materials, whether it's wood or iron or stone or whatever, it kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. It's not a major issue or anything like that. It's just mildly annoying how the system works. One use and dead. I do really like how that system works, though. I mean, like, for me, the concept of throwing a big pile of wood into a ditch and then just being able to remove the bark from all of it with one swing, I think is a good option for a video game. It's like, I get the idea of what's going on here, but it's not like a full-blown simulation feel where I'm having to debark every single log that I come across here. So. As many as I can before all of the liquid from my body is gone. I gotta keep enough in there to live. I need like more of those. I'm gonna have to run back and try to get bronze and get back over here before the day ends. Less than I thought. Nice little bamboo forest here. It actually did pretty well with a lot of this stuff. Like, this is really nice looking, the way they have this set up. It just makes me laugh at games like Assassin's Creed Shadows, where they claim that they did all of this research and stuff, and then yet they can't even, you know, put a stairwell or a set of stairs underneath of a door on the side of a building. But a small company like this can make a really nice looking bamboo forest. I wonder if that's just kind of like a case in point for how convoluted a larger company becomes when they're trying to make content, and you know, like how much they kind of step on each other's toes, or the scope gets too big and it gets too out of control, and quality assurance isn't where it needs to be. Though, I mean, when you talk to people that are developing games for, you know, for companies, or especially, you know, when they have a publisher that's really pushing them and cares more about the money than the final product, it seems like a lot of the QA is just overlooked. They're like, oh yeah, we see there was all these QA problems, but we want the game out and we want it generating money. You can worry about the QA stuff later. So it's like most of the time it's not even the developers' fault that things are running the way they are. Let's see, I guess I need a mineral storage over here. I think that's where it's gonna put the bronze. Yep, I have just enough actually. It needed 40. Played a little bit more WoW today. The leveling in SOD is just so fast. I went from 26 to like 32 in about an hour. It's just nuts fast leveling. Oh, Sake for that, and I have none. I need to make a list of what it is you have to turn in for each of these shrines so that I can actually continue to work on that monk XP. It's like monk XP is probably the best stuff to level in the game because it basically gives you all kinds of things for improving the rate of leveling up other stuff, but monk XP is by far the hardest XP to get in this game. Oh, actually I only needed 20. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Let's assign all these workers now. You could just say, hey, auto sign from the pool of people who aren't working on something. Or if they would just put all of the unemployed people at the top of the list. What am I at now on Dynasty level? I'm 12, so next level will actually pop me up another tier and allow me to build another city. And I can actually build one over here in this area and start auto-harvesting iron, which will be really nice. Where is this bridge supposed to... Oh, holy crap, that takes 10 workers. Okay, be finishing that one until the next season. I need to figure out if the upkeep for wooden boards is based on the number of buildings you have or just the number of people you have. Because that price is starting to go up really, really high compared to other stuff. For a little bit of a spin. Oh wow, 50 stone. It's actually a big project. Mark on me? B2 is bad, I guess. It's nice for a time saver, but I kind of wish they made it to where the trees had to hit the ground before you could chop them up. Like, it's kind of funny to have a tree in the mid-falling, and you just hit it with an axe, and then it just separates into pieces and kind of collapses. But also interesting how it turns into a generic log when you pick it up and don't have enough space. Oh, more craftsmen. Definitely work with tree harvesting stuff. It's one of those things where it's like, it gets a little annoying. The amount of time that you spend doing something should reflect a little bit on the amount of progress that you've made on it. But it's like, I haven't really spent that much time fighting in the game, but I probably have double the amount of experience points for fighting that I do for harvesting, which is like probably 80% of my gameplay is just running around and chopping up trees and crafting stuff and mining and all that kind of stuff, and that all gives the same XP. Interesting. I don't think I've gotten any hemp before. But now I can make the seed bags for it. Are you getting full of sticks again? Yep. I also don't care for how when you organize your inventory, it doesn't do anything for stacking similar items that can be stacked. It doesn't auto stack them. It's a little annoying. Oh, weird. Also changes the size of them. It makes them just like a completely generic log. Funny. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a log get stuck in a tree before. Didn't even realize the trees had physics that high up. Have to start looking for some new streaming music soon. Starting to get a little tired of this. Need like a log cart or something that I can fill up and just drag it back over here. Alright, the 60 logs at least. So the future of console gaming is looking pretty grim these days. It's like Microsoft just keeps going deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole of screwing over all the Xbox players. Looks like there's they've made an official announcement that they don't have any limits whatsoever on what console exclusives that they plan to put out on the PlayStation or anywhere else for that matter. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's not a bad move for Microsoft, but it's like, you know, if they want to become a software company, that's fine, but tell people that's what you're doing. Like, just tell them you're done with consoles and you're moving to software distribution, going back to their roots. But it's I mean, it won't be long before Halo will end up being on PlayStation, and then it's just like, you know, basically it's one of those things where I don't think Microsoft wants to go through the argument of saying that they don't want to do consoles anymore. They just want to run the console market into the ground so much that people are just like, we don't care if you don't make consoles anymore because we all went to Sony anyways. Because I mean, at the end of the day, they'll still be able to make their money by selling the games, because they're picking up so many game companies at this point. I mean, they just picked up Blizzard and fired a huge chunk of their staff, and then they're already out on the prowl for another company to pick up. So it'll be interesting to see how that ends up working out. of glad I decided to make the jump back to playing PC games instead of playing so many console games. But I guess probably from this point forward, I'll just start picking up everything on PC and just say, to hell with Xbox stuff. Most of their stuff is not exclusive to only the console at this point anyways. They they have it on PC as well. But they're falling into the same trap that every single other company seems to be falling into these days, which is if they don't have constant growth, then they're a failing company. And I mean, like, what happens when these companies get to the point to where every single human being on the face of the planet is their customer? Are they still going to have this argument of we have to sell to more people? Like, we got to start selling our games to AI now. It's just like, if they're not getting growth, they're not doing good enough. It's like, why can't you just get to the point to where you have the majority of the people, and the amount of money and effort that it is going to take to get more customers in is probably not worth what you would receive from getting those extra customers. So branch into something else that is going to generate more money elsewhere. It's like, why is the concept always, well, we want this thing to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, instead of just saying, why doesn't Microsoft get bigger and bigger and bigger? It's like, if you want to make more money in the video game industry, then keep buying up software development companies. It's like, get to the point to where you just own them all, and then when you own all those, buy Sony's, and sell PlayStations and Xboxes. Yeah. Or get into another market completely. Do like Samsung and start selling TVs and washers and dryers and refrigerators. Find another market to expand into. But Phil Spencer made a big stink about it. I can't remember if it was today or yesterday. I watched so many different videos and stuff at this point. It's like it all starts to run together on when it actually launched. Welcome to the world of streaming. Like, you're trying to get your information, and it's just like every time your feed clicks, you're just like, oh, what happened now? Like, I just see this mentality of trying to get every single person on the planet to buy the thing that you're selling, and it's only like the handful of things that you're selling. I mean, even look at Windows. I mean, they're kind of at the point now to where they're starting to lose people that use Windows as opposed to gain them. I mean, more and more people that you talk to these days are switching over to other operating systems because they're just tired of how Microsoft essentially controls their lives. I mean, look at the concept of when like Windows 10 and Windows 11 came out, and how you are forced to tell your system what your active hours are, so that when it's outside of your active hours, they can just take over your system and do whatever updates that they want to. Essentially, if you're if you say, oh, I'm active from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and you are continuing to do something at 10 o'clock at night, your computer doesn't care if it decides that there's an update that it needs to do. Then it's just going to do the update and shut your system down right on top of you. Like, it just doesn't care. It's like, oh, you're not supposed to be using this right now. And it's like, this is my shit. How do you get the right to tell me when I can and can't use my stuff? And it was significantly worse in Windows 10. They kind of improved it a little bit in Windows 11, but I think it's primarily due to the absurd amount of backlash they got over doing it. But when Windows 10 first came out, I think you could only dedicate an 8-hour window of being active time. So like, and it only gave you 2 times, so like a starting time and an ending time. So you couldn't even say something like, oh, well, I'm active 2 hours before work and then 6 hours after work. It's like, no, you're either losing the 6 hours or you're losing the 2 hours, because you get 1 start time and 1 finish time. And then what happens if you work from home and you work on the PC that you also, you know, play games on. Well, I mean, but that's the problem. It doesn't matter if it's lazy or nefarious or anything. It's just, it's the direction that things are going. I mean, just because it's nefarious doesn't, just because it wasn't nefarious intent does not mean that the result is not nefarious or inherently evil. I'm not saying that Microsoft is just evil. I'm just saying Microsoft has just lost focus on what it is that its customer base needs. You know, like they've you know, they had the issue for the longest time where they didn't force you to do updates or anything on your computer, and then they started getting tons and tons and tons of phone calls and people pissed off and not using computers and not doing this and that because all of their shit was out of date and they were getting hacked and, you know, this, that, and the other. So they're calling Microsoft and whining about it. And then Microsoft's just like, oh, well, we know how to fix this. Let's just make everyone have to update all the time. And, you know, if you're on like enterprise versions, you don't have to deal with that. It's like, but why can't you just have, if you buy an OEM computer, then the assumption is, you know, mom and pop is buying that, or, you know, some boomer somewhere that doesn't know anything about computers, and give them the version that has got really strict updates and, you know, all that kind of crap, and is completely loaded with all this junk that they feel the need to put on it. I mean, how many people actually use Microsoft Edge at this point? Like, I even have to think about it to think of what the name is. Like, nobody uses Edge. I mean, they don't need 30 versions. They need 3. I mean, and for a long time, you know, they did 2 to 3 versions. You know, they did the home version, the professional version, and the enterprise version. And at the end of the day, the home and the professional versions had very few differences between them. But I mean, just like you're saying, you know, it's like you can't, you know, you can't be upset that they're being lazy about things or accuse them of being lazy about things, but then say it's okay for them to be lazy about other things. It's like they're a company. If you want to make money, then you need to supply the products that your customers want. It's like you either do it or you don't. Like, it's irrelevant, you know, whether or not you think it should exist should not determine whether or not it exists. If there is a demand for it, then it should exist. I mean, I still have Windows right now, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to. I'm getting annoyed with dealing with it all the time. Especially now that I'm getting into streaming, I am more annoyed with Windows now that I am a streamer than I have ever been in the past. Because now that I actually have a schedule when I'm expected to be online and to be doing things, if Windows even knows that there is an update in the background, it hasn't downloaded it, it's not trying to install it, but they come out with a big, you know, like their I forget what it's called now, but basically their big snapshot, and it yeah, I know. but yeah, it's you know, it's one of those things where if it thinks that there is a patch in the background, it'll get to where certain programs on my computer just won't function properly. Like, things will get really laggy, things get really messed up, and it starts having a lot of problems, and I have to stop whatever I'm doing, go download the update, restart the computer, and then amazingly everything is fine. If I just restart the computer without doing the update, then it's, you know, it doesn't fix the problem. It's simply because that patch is there in the background waiting to be downloaded. And I've had this happen across multiple computers, so I mean, it's not just one system that's having the problem. I would definitely think that was more of a me issue if that was the case, but it's happened on multiple systems. I mean, I do essentially do IT work for my entire family, and they all run through these issues. I tried it a while back. For what I was expecting it to be, it was insanely complicated. But yeah, it is very Master of Orion-ish. The people who get into it really love the game, But at the time when I had a group of friends that were playing it, and they were trying to convince me to play it, I picked it up and got into it, and I was like, this is way more than what I want to deal with right now. It's not very new player friendly. So if you want to get in and do some research on it and really learn how to play it, I'm sure you would have an absolute blast with it, because it's essentially Master of Orion on steroids. But at the time that I went to go play it, I wasn't in the mood to deal with it. But yeah, it's got a very loyal following for the people that have really put serious time into it. Got so many logs in here. I need to more of this chopping up for the. Oh, nines. Okay. I was like, why are these not stacking? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's like I just want to get something and kind of sit back and chill. Like that was back when I was playing Xbox and stuff a lot more, and I just wanted to sit on the couch and kind of chill out and play games, and I didn't really want to be sitting at the computer and going through and learning all the different stuff. It was also back while I was still in college as well, so I was taking classes and doing a lot of studying, and I was like, I don't want to study for a video game right now. So I actually own a copy of it, just haven't played it. If you check it out and really like it, maybe you can explain some of the stuff to me, and maybe we can get in and like play a co-op game. I've heard the co-op is actually pretty fun with it. At least I seem to recall that being the case. It's been quite a few years ago, so. Alright, so at this point I'm basically just waiting for the season to end so I can get my workers back, so that I can then apply the workers to the bridge, which is here. So I suppose I can go over and maybe see about trying to take out this place over here, so that when that bridge is finished, I'll take this place over, and then I'll be able to put my new village in there, which should have access to fairly soon. But people are going to start getting really angry about these things. And the food, why is the food upside down right now? Guess I've just been growing too many people. Getting way too many people. Oh, and they ate up all the gobo without it being cooked, so that was, I think it's worth like 2 food if it's raw and like 7 if it's cooked, so that would have lasted a lot longer. need to go over and get some more gobo seeds and put them away so the guy can actually plant the field again. Have any? Yeah. So expensive to buy these though, it's a little annoying. Actually should probably get that fishing hut built up as well. But then I'm gonna have to figure out a system for getting rope. Tool container over here. Where did I build that at? I don't remember where this stuff is anymore. Boom, picked it up immediately. Wooden hose in there, so good with that for now. Does this place have a bit of smelt things in it, or anvil? Will I make this? Is this the place that I'm in? No, I think that's actually what I'm in. What I was looking for. Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah. Did it say that I get that from? Swamps. That like the bottom place? Like crazy hard one, allegedly? Yeah, coastal swamps right there. This one's extreme threat level. I wonder how accurate that actually is. Maybe I need to make the pickaxes and shovels. I have a home for that guy yet. I don't know if I can build. I should have just not even. No. If he leaves, he'll be the first guy I've ever lost out of a village. I'll live with it. Armory access. I think that's the same thing that's up on top of this other building. Wanted to get built for a while. Yep. It is. Really need to figure out what I need to do about trying to get a cooking pot. In theory, I should have looted some by now, unless they've changed that. Okay, come. This issue going on in the top right hand corner of my screen right here is exactly why NPCs should not have collision. I don't know if this is actually affecting them doing any work or not, but it looks really stupid when they sit around here like this, so they should not have collision with each other at the very least. These guys are all just trapped in here, and the sad part about it is I don't even understand why they were in here to begin with. Were they like after general goods box or something, or storage maybe? I have no idea. I can build a tool storage in here and see if they'll use it instead. I need to build a nice common about harvest some stuff. I mean, this is it's kind of sad. It's like the comma's faster than collecting the stuff by hand, but it's not fast enough, considering the fact that it doesn't seem to give any extra grass at all. So it's like, oh, use a resource to create a tool that makes it slightly faster, or get the exact same amount of stuff with just a few moments longer and don't waste any resources at all. Like, tools should always be a significant increase to, like, if this was giving like 3 for every one of these, that would be totally worth it. Here we go. Maybe start coming with that now instead of here. It's like the middle of the night. Why are these people over here still working? Go home for a little bit. The rest of these morons out of the corner. I actually make anything out of iron without somehow smelting it first. Oh yeah, makes iron ore. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Somehow, if I had access to Tamahagane, I could actually create this item. Oh yeah. Looks like there's not really an unlock for any of the masterwork stuff. But I have the equipment to make it. Yeah, I have to liberate Iwasaki to be able to make almost any iron items. Just having the iron ore doesn't do anything for me there, really. It's 5 bronze to make these things. Any food I can cook up in here. Yep. Yeah, having some quick buttons for cooking and crafting things, like if you just want to max, like being able just to click like max would be really nice for this game. Also, just the concept of being able to say, if you just went in there and like you could just click in the box where the number is at and just type in a specific number of things that you want to craft. Because yeah, the dragging the dragging the little pointer across is really annoying. The bigger the number of possibilities get, the harder it is to pinpoint exactly where you want that pointer to be. Oh, where did it put that? So I do have 1 healing. Jesus, I got a ton of buckets in here. Are people just not doing water right now? Is that what's going on? Sounding like there's like a crazy rain outside, but there's no rain at all. What's making the sound? Just want to dump all that iron in here while I'm over here. It's not really doing me any good right now. Carrying it around anyway. All right. Duration time, maybe? Bunch of chisels. There's a bunch of iron as well. Alright, where'd the food guy go? This highway robbery for salad again. Give my money back. I think it would be cool to have a game like this where there were cities already built all over the place and you started out in one of them and the concept was to grow your area and you could do it through various means, like almost like playing a civilization game. But you could just go into, you know, one of the other cities and just run around and start, you know, killing people and basically just kill them all off and take the city over. I think that would be an interesting concept for I wonder if that's actually going to end when that timer gets down. This may not be worth going over here for it. They're pulling me back before I can actually kill the leader. But the fact that you can't just go into the town and just randomly attack somebody. I mean, it's always nice with a game like this if you have the ability to just like turn on a click a button that says, oh, I actually want to be at war here, so that you don't accidentally hack and slash and kill somebody. There's nothing more annoying than walking through the town and moving your hand and accidentally bumping a button, and then all of a sudden you pull out your sword and hack somebody, and then the entire town is after you. It's like, yeah, because that's exactly what I intended to do. So it's like, I like when games give you the freedom to be able to do things like that, to have complete ability to just go in and wipe out a town if that's what you want to do. But I also think that oh, well, yeah, actually pretty shallow there. I actually think that they should have a few little safeguards in there. But I think it would be really fun to have a like a conquer option, where it's just like you just go into the city and like you could kill their merchants or whatever. Maybe you could even go in as an assassin and kind of like assassinate their merchants to stifle their trade, and all kinds of cool things you could do with that. So I guess this is one of those regions where, I mean, potentially I could make a different weapon other than the bronze sword, something that would be a little more powerful. I know the Yari, you can make those. I think you could make it with just the copper ore. You didn't actually have to have the copper smelted or anything. So you may be able to do the same thing with the iron. That would give you a slightly more powerful weapon. But this seems like this is going to be one of those places where I feel like I'm gonna have to sneeze. But this seems like one of those places that's a little more difficult than what you would expect it to be for the gear that you have available, because you can't make any of the iron armor. Well, if I went back and finished the guy's quest, but he wants me to make iron tools, and it didn't look like I could make any of the iron tools without liberating this place first. Yeah, because he wants you to make iron picks, and I think it was iron axes, and both of those require me to liberate Iwasaki. So that means I can't even get, I can't get the iron armor, and I can't get any iron weapons that I'm aware of. So it's like, this is going to be a slightly more difficult than what you would think place for that simple reason, because these are a harder level of enemies than the last set that I fought. Thug life. And unfortunately, they don't seem to stay dead, so, or at least they haven't in the past. Though I'm not actually seeing a whole lot of enemies walking around in here right now. Oh, there's one. All right, yeah, they must just all be in weird positions right now or something. I don't think the boxes fill up. Yeah, so came in here and looted a bunch of those yesterday, and that was a big hit on him. Guess if these guys just keep respawning, I could kind of farm them for money, but I mean, they only respawn every I think it's every season they get a chance to respawn. I'm not 100% positive on how that works. They definitely don't seem to respawn on a short timer. Don't want to get 3 of them on me, so. Hello? Kept hitting the fucking parry button and it was just like, nah. Like it wasn't even moving. Yeah, I'm right here, buddy. Come on. Oh, you're fucking stuck off the side of the... There. Probably should be fine from him for a bit. As long as he doesn't aggro buddies and bring them over here. Yeah, some of these places I didn't actually get into loot. I expected there to be a lot more opposition up here and I ended up leaving. It looks like I could have just walked in here and got a couple of more pieces of loot. Though to be fair, the loot's not turning out to be anything super impressive, so... Bunch of lanterns, just what I needed. I wonder if you gave those to people, if they would... like, that's something else that would be cool too, is if you could make lanterns and your people would use them at night, and that would allow them to like work later, so they would make more stuff. Or travel faster at night, or you know, something along those lines. Pearl prayer beads. Definitely take that. This is seeming awfully empty. Trying to make sure I get deeper in here so I can take out that leader. Oh my god, would you stop targeting the dude and run the fuck away? Jesus. I mean, how many times do I have to hit the fucking T button to be like, stop targeting? Character went through a sword swap in there and just like wouldn't fight anymore. It was really weird. There's a bunch of enemies up there right now. These guys split up some, but oh, are you kidding me? Come out of nowhere. There's literally no one over here, and all of a sudden there's a new dude here. Come on. Fuck you. Finally got. Dude finally got pissed off with the water thing there. You and the horse you rode in on. This place is a pain in the ass. Well, at least the building will be built over here and I don't have to worry about that. Where the hell is this dude coming from? Just like fucking strolling down the road. Literally was not here when I came through previously. But, like, there's another dude up here. Two dudes up here. Ridiculous. That's weird. Like a very clear cut difference between water that appears to kind of be standing still and then where it starts moving. It's a very clear divide right there. Bad looking. Or south is that? Back to the town instead. Hoping I'd find a lot more mushrooms out here, but I just don't see many. There's a nice one. A couple of different kinds kind of scattered out through here. That was pretty nice. Just need to find a whole bunch more. that. Oh. More feathers when I know what to do with, and I don't ever make arrows. I have another purpose, but I haven't found one yet. Mushrooms are way more important right now. See any more out here immediately anywhere, so. Be a good time to teleport back and drop this stuff off, and if I can get them crafting something anyway. Or, yeah, I guess might as well. Where's his bell? Alright, so I picked up some more mushrooms I can drop off, so maybe I'll start making some more health potions, pitching. Now they're all just like standing around, whatever, matters. Definitely running into a massive problem though. Weird that the burn ointment goes into the liquid, the liquid refreshment section. Like nobody drinks that. Alright, let's go back over and see if we can clear out some more before the end of the season hits. Definitely fast approaching. Character needs a breath meter in this game. I'm guessing if your head goes underwater, you just instantly start losing health. I'm not positive exactly how that's working, but very few places are anywhere near that deep. Get in this way, can I? Alright, let's get some stamina back here. On. This guys really suck. Fought two of them and I'm basically out of fucking health again. What the hell? Where the fuck are these things coming from? God damn. Like, you can't even fucking clear your way into this shithole. Did I just kill that NPC? I don't understand why these dudes are just all of a sudden just walking through the entire town. I sat here for like 15 minutes watching them yesterday. They never fucking went anywhere. And then this one's coming from all the way inside the fortress to out here for just no reason. For a stroll in the fucking river. Another one up there. Looks like there's only 2 left inside of there though, unless I have to see them to get them to appear. Okay, walk up the hill. Not that hard. But this is another staff guy. Can't see. There's the leader up there, it looks like. This looks like a sword guy here, though. I'm not looking forward to having to fight him. Far more annoying than the other ones for some reason. Huh. Oh, look at that. Just what I needed. Boom. All right. God damn it. Hello? What am I stuck on? God damn. He's stuck on. What, do you go in the building? Fucking save game pausing is really annoying. Alright, so none of this stuff is really that impressive. Yep. And I still want to grab it, but it's not that impressive. Alright, so bandit leader is finally taken care of. That was annoying as shit. Weapon's broken. Did anyways. Really? You just drop it? Thank you. Rest of this stuff, but don't really need a log either. Fair. Rather have the sake. I'd like to take out these couple of thugs that are over here, but I don't know if I can get them separated, so I may just come back and deal with them another time. season will be ending very shortly, and that should take this place over. I don't think it's going to be enough to get me to Dynasty 13, which will allow me to build another city. So it'll be a little while before I can start harvesting the iron out of here really well. But I stop and mine some on the way home. I think there's a big pile of it out here. Yeah, it's right here. Bitch. Need to learn their place. Wait, is this a copper pick? Up to a stack of 50 and back. Just to be fair, if I stay out here until the end of the season, I'll get a free teleport back anyway, so be worth it to just go that way. What's going on, Matisti? Last free night before going back to work, huh? That bronze knife. Worthless. Do I have another free space in here? I do. I have two. Which I could. Okay. Space. There. Got a whole bunch of metal. I'm definitely gonna run out of time before I get more metal though. Oh, really? That's interesting. I wonder how you do that once the war effort's over. Fucking bitch. Can't leave me alone long enough to mine metal. Gotta harass me. Oh, the war effort will keep on going. That's kind of interesting. So is there a list of what you actually have to do to get those things? Okay. How much of it do you actually have to do to get anything? Is it a lot, or? Season should be hitting any moment. Oh, interesting. That's not too bad. But how many of the thing that you're farming do you have to turn in to get one? Oh, okay, yeah. So, I mean, even at, if it was only 6 of them, I mean, that would still, or if you got 6 each time, that would still be a pretty significant amount of stacks you would have to get. I mean, for what it is. So does the one item do everything you need, or do you have to get multiple items? Oh, so close. Yeah. Well, no, I mean what I meant was the final item that you get. Is it like one item that gives you all of the buffs, or do you have to get an item for each buff? Like, I don't even know what the final item is it's doing. Like, I don't know what it does. I guess is what I mean. Oh, so you'll have to do that farm multiple times then? Is the final item that you get permanent and it just has a cooldown on it, or will you have to do that like every week to get your buffs for raid? No, that's not too bad. Yeah, that won't be too bad. It'll be nice for not having to worry about, you know, like if you have a wipe or something, if you're trying to parse, then the parse is just ruined at that point. Oh, that's that glove slot I think they were talking about. It's not supposed to be there anymore. Yeah. That's funny. All right, guys, I think that is going to be it for me for tonight. I streamed for like 8 hours yesterday. That was completely unexpected, so I'm going to try to get back into my normal rhythm a little bit. So normally I'd only go for another hour or 15 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes or so, but I'm going to cut it a little early tonight because I have some other things that I need to get taken care of before I have to call it a night. I got to go get up early tomorrow and go work on a car because, you know, that's all kinds of fun. So I will be back streaming tomorrow night. I appreciate everybody that popped in this evening, and those of you that carried on the conversation. Definitely appreciate the communication back and forth. And for those of you that are just lurking, it's great to have you guys back and watching the stream. I hope you're enjoying the content. If you have not joined the Discord for this, and you want to get up-to-date knocks on hey, thanks, Tank. If you want to get a little more up-to-date on when streams are going live, or be able to, you know, post questions or things like that when the stream is not live, definitely hop in the Discord. You can access the Discord from the bottom of the Twitch page. There should be a link there for it. And then, as usual, if you haven't given me a follow yet and you're enjoying the content, be sure and give a follow, and it helps out a lot for attracting new people coming in. And yeah, just come back and see us at some point. And like I said, hopefully you're enjoying the content. But that's it for me tonight. I'm out, and I will see you guys around the same time tomorrow. Have a great evening.